What's going on, good people? Welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports all the time. I'm Sports Director Trayvon Miles.
And I'm Brandon Bossert. Welcome on into the show. We've got a lot of action to get to, plus we're getting you ready for Bayside football this week.
Yeah, Brandon, you know, we cannot wait to get to Bayside football and everything going on. But before that, we've got to talk about the week that was in Delaware high school hoops.
That's right, Trey. As the winter weather really kicks into high gear, the basketball season has been heating up. We have one more week until the playoffs. Trey, I think we know who the best team in the South is at this point.
Yeah, we'll begin with that, what you said, with our evening. We'll begin this evening, I should say, with our matchup of the week, which went down last night. The Delmarva Wildcats began this year 3-0, a start that included a 60-51 win over Seaford in Delmar on the night of January 26th. Well, since that loss, the Seaford Blue Jays have emerged as the top team in the Henlopen South. As a matter of fact, Seaford came into Thursday 5-0 since that loss to Delmar. So the rematch was last night. This was a back-and-forth first half. Cameron Bosman getting it in the corner and going to knock down the triple. 9 first-half points for the senior for Delmar. On the other end, Seaford's got a shooter too. Zion Mifflin getting it behind the arc. He hits a three. Blue Jays up 2 at the half.
Now, Blue Jays open up the second half on a 7-0 run. Yeah. Tyrese Fortune with the long two there, cashes in. Seaford taking control. Wildcats hanging around, though. Davin Chandler dribbles through the defense and gets the floater to fall there. Delmar pulls within 4 late, but Seaford pulls away here. Brent Ricketts, spot up from the logo, and he drains the 3-ball there. Seaford wins its 6th straight with a 66-52 victory over Delmar.
We've been waiting to play them since we lost the last time. It's something that we talked about every day. We felt like we gave one away down in Delmar a couple weeks ago, and you know, the guys been working really hard, you know, preparing to play them again. Yeah, we got a huge game Saturday at Woodbridge. You know, they've been the king of the South, you know, for the last 5 to 7 years. So, you know, it's a tough game again Saturday. You know, enjoy this one tonight, work hard tomorrow, and go battle on Saturday morning.
All right, Brandon, we've talked about this a lot. Who is the top team in the South? Well, Seaford has certainly made their claim as to who the top dog is here. I believe they have the best overall player in the South and maybe in the conference in Brent Ricketts. Tyrese Fortune, phenomenal talent as well, but it's not just them. Mifflin is their shooter, and they also have some size inside. Most impressive part about all of this is there is not a senior on this entire Seaford roster.
That's just it, Trey. They have the best starting 5 in the Henlopen South, I think. Brent Ricketts certainly has a case for the rights to the title of best player in the Henlopen South. Every time we see Ricketts, he's either making a highlight reel dunk, or he's hitting from the three-point line, or he's knocking down clutch free throws. Sometimes he does all 3 in the same game, but I think Tyrese Fortune may be the best secondary player in the conference as well. That's not to slight him in any way.
He's a number 1 anywhere else. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. There are nights that Fortune goes out and he's the one carrying the Seaford Blue Jays. The thing about this Blue Jays team is not a single senior, like you mentioned. This is a young squad. They are who we thought Laurel would be coming into this season.
Very interesting point. I am 100% on that bandwagon, what you just said,
All right, time to move on to a Henlopen North matchup. Cape Henlopen has had a rough season, but there's still time to turn things around before playoff time. Vikings facing Sussex Central. The pass going to Nate Civils. Lefty knocks that one down from long range, stares down the Central bench there. Cape matched that energy all night long. How about our man Brody Peterson from the corner? Puts it in there. Cape opens up a 7-point advantage. Not a Cape highlight reel without Brody Peterson. How about Kayvon Jackson? Those theatrics right there. The reverse lay-in falls. You'll see that play later on in the show. Central making a run late here. Chase Boyle running the length of the floor. That one drops, and Boyle finished with 11. Jeremiah Wilson now jumping in front of that pass at midcourt, takes it in himself. Central within 3 in the final period, but Cape would run away with this one in the end. How about one more tray ball from Jackson there? Cape wins this one 46-37, and they break that 3-game losing skid.
Also tonight, Laurel hosting Sussex Academy. The Dogs beat the Seahawks on Monday. Sass looking for some revenge tonight Robert Fioria with the rebound under the basket, and he gets the putback. Next possession, Tucker Anthony, tough jumper, gets it to fall. Tie game early in the second. So are the Dogs on upset alert? Well, that's when they caught fire. Nyfear Griffin, look at the big man getting nimble, getting down the court and getting a layup there. How about that? Then Dontarius Jones in transition. He's going to spot up, look at his defender, knock down the three, and then time winding down in the half. Jones one more time, going to try it again. Why not? He's going to get the friendly bounce at home. Laurel takes a 16-point lead at the half. They hold on for a 66-44 win over Sussex Academy.
It was just a locker room talk. Everybody had to get going. Everybody had to find their groove and stuff. So second half, everybody felt good and warm, so we just picked up the intensity a lot better.
Just proud. I mean, we got a new bunch of guys that are in different roles, and they're learning, to play within our system, but, we're taking it one game at a time.
Over to a few more scores from this week. Delmarva Christian loses their 6th straight in a heartbreaker at the buzzer to Archmere this week. Dover, how about them? They win their 5th straight taking down Tech. The Senators will look for revenge next Thursday against Smyrna. How about Woodbridge getting a close win at home behind 28 points from junior Emmanuel Mosley over Indian River. And CR, who was supposed to play Smyrna tonight, things got canceled because of the weather. They beat Milford earlier this week by 25. So Brandon, all together, what do we have here? We got a bunch of teams doing a lot of different things. We've made it clear now that we think Seaford is probably the best team in the South. Smyrna the top team in the North. But after that, what do we have? Can any of these teams make a run besides those two?
Well, I really think Dover deserves a lot of love this week. Yeah. Winners of 5 straight games. Their only loss in the last month has been a 3-point defeat against Smyrna. 11-0, the only undefeated team left in Delaware with more than 2 games played, I might add. The thing about the Senators is they're going to play good defense every night. They're very well coached, a lot of size on this club. They've given up more than 46 points just twice all season. And the exciting thing to recognize is that the offense is really beginning to blossom here. 64 or more points in their last 3 games. I'm looking forward to next Friday because we get Smyrna and Dover to end the regular season heading into the playoffs. I know Smyrna has been the best team in the Henlopen North so far this season, but Dover's really coming along, and we might see Dover upset Smyrna next week. It is going to be in Dover Friday at 7. Trey.
Yeah, I said Thursday. I should have said Friday. We know that those primetime games, even though there won't be a lot of fans at Dover, Dover likes to make them on a Friday night, and there's going to be some magic at Dover High School on Friday when they bring an undefeated Smyrna team to town. Should be interesting. That's
right. We can't wait for that matchup. All right. Now let's turn our attention to the girls basketball scene. Delmarva Christian with a test against a really good team from Wilmington. The Royals hosting Ursuline on Tuesday. Delmarva Christian riding a 2-game winning streak coming into this one. Raiders out to an early run. Chamira brothers from the top of the arc there. Ursuline gets out to a 7-point lead midway through the first. Back come the Royals now. Grace Betterman in the corner, the shot, and she knocks that one down. A few possessions later, ball kicked out to Ainsley Bell. She connects for the long deuce there, and the Royals take a 2-point lead at the break.
That's right. Second half, Hannah Kelly taking over for Ursuline. 10 points in the second half for the sophomore. Ursuline led by 10 in the fourth, and they take down Delmarva Christian late by a final of 53-51.
We could have just, thrown in the towel when we were down by 8 with, I think, 1 minute left, but we were able to fight back, and we still believe that we had a chance. They're just a juggernaut. Ursuline is a great team. We will see them in the playoffs, advancing.
Trey told me to listen to that SOT. That's the first time I've listened to that. That's great right there.
I'm just saying, that's the kind of energy we all need in our lives. Like, that's the kind of confidence that we got to bring each and every day. Jedediah Roach, I'm with you, man.
God, I love that SOT. That's the best one I've heard so far this season. All right, let's move on now to some more basketball scores. We've got Woodbridge and Lake Forest. We don't have a score here, but Woodbridge, more than likely, they took this one. Sussex Central. They fall to Cape Henlopen 80-13. The Vikings continue to roll through the Henlopen North.
12-0?
You want to talk about a juggernaut?
12-0
they
right
are
now?
a juggernaut. We'll see them advancing come playoff time. Dover takes down Sussex Tech 43-38. Caesar Rodney over Milford by a final of 49-17.
Yeah, so Brandon, we talked about it earlier in the office. What do we make of the Ursuline girls and the other girls teams up top against some of our teams? Because we know we do have an elite squad down here in Cape Henlopen, but we don't know what we have in a Woodbridge team who lost to Ursuline by 10 points earlier in the year up in Wilmington.
Well, I think we're basically at about the same spot we were last week, which is Cape is head and shoulders above everyone in the conference. But then Laurel continues their unbeaten season. They're 7-0. The game to watch will be on Monday. Laurel and Woodbridge will meet in Laurel. We'll see what the Bulldogs are made out of. They have a potent offense, but we haven't seen them against top competition this season. They will get a real test on Monday, but like you said, with Woodbridge, they played against Ursuline, and they lost to Ursuline. Ursuline's one of those teams that's a really good team from Newcastle County, but they're not to the upper echelon that a team like, say, Conrad or St. Elizabeth is this season.
And that's what's so confusing, because we like to think of Woodbridge, the defending Henlopen champions, as one of those teams we could see in the Final Four. A loss to Ursuline, who is not Conrad and not some of those other teams and juggernauts that we do see up north. So it's going to be very interesting, to say the least, what happens in the girls' brackets. All right, that's going to do it for the A block. We're taking a quick commercial break, but when we return, guys, get excited. The Bayside football season quickly approaching. We chatted with some local coaches. That and more coming up when DSI returns.
Hi, I'm Sean Phillips, Delmarva High School head basketball coach. You're watching the Delmarva Sports Insider.